So let's today is 9th November 2020. We'll continue with the location map box. Okay, so before starting this location map box, I'll do one simple problem which I saw yesterday, and so that we should also not forget the thread of problems. So I'll do one problem and then I'll start with the location box. So problem is like this. I have to create a function add, and I want to pass two parameters, 1 and 2, or anything but two parameters, 3 and 5. This should give me the result of 8, and I can also pass like 3 and 5 as a separate parameters, and I should also get the result of 8. So there should be a common function add, where we add these two numbers. It should give me 8, but when I pass as a separate function, separate execution call, then also I should get the 8 number. So we have to write this function. So let me create a function add, and I'll pass some parameter. Let's say add is there, and so we have to consider the two cases when we have passed something x and y, or I have passed only x. Sorry, again I have to create a function add x. So either I can pass one parameter or I can pass two parameters. Let's say I pass two parameters. So here I will say var sum equal to x. Initially I create a variable called as sum and assign x to 8, and then I'll check whether the length is 2 or 1. If it is 1, then that means I am in this part, and if the length is 2, then I am in this part. So here I'll say if argument dot length is greater than 1, is, so if it is greater than 1, that means we have 2, that means we have to add both the things and return it 8. We are in this part. So let's complete this part by saying sum equal to sum plus y. So if we have two arguments, that means y is coming, and if y is coming, then I add the sum with the second parameter and I return the sum. But if I get argument as 1, that means it is less than 2. That means it will not go inside this, it will go here. So if length is 1, only 1, that means we are in this part. In this case, we have to return the closure function so that I can call the function again. Because this one expects, if I pass add 3, it expects a function which I can run again. And so here I'll say return function result. So that means we are here and we pass this again later. So the result will be y. And here, so first time I will pass 3, which will go here add. And when we are in this s part, we return a function with the result of y. That means second time also I can pass only one value, and we are here, and here I will return sum plus y. So sum is x, already we have called. Now we have y. So we can say return sum plus y. So sum will be x, which is 3. And then we are calling the y, which is 5. That is, we are calling 3 plus y. That is called 8. Here also I can directly pass sum plus y. No need to put extra line. So this way, the add function can do two things, one of this or one of this. If I pass two parameters, it will go inside here and it will return sum plus y, that is 8. And if we pass one parameter, it will go here and it will return a function that will we call again, and it will take 3 as a previous value in the sum and 5 as a new value, which is y, and return 8. So let's try this one. Now I'll pass add of 3 or 5. I'll get 8 because I reach here. But if I go here, it is also returning 8 because it is returning here. And second time I'm getting this function which is called for the 5. And we get sum plus 5. This is another example of a closure. Let me save this one. So we also saw one add problem. This closure problem is very important. In many interviews they ask this problem. So that's the reason I'm taking it again and again. I put it in add.js and I'll copy and paste it. So go through this function. This is very important function for interview. Okay, now let's go to our location map box, which we did incomplete on that day. We'll try to finish this today. So if I go to localhost 3000, add, so we see this map box, we see this location, and we see this one. So let's continue where we left this thing. So we created the UI, which has one map part and it has one reference. And we have another one UI for taking the input box. It has another reference for input location H reference. And then we have third input box for taking apartment number, building number, or anything which we want to add, because this location will come from the Google, but this part user will put where exactly he is living in this address. So that's what the purpose of these three div tag is there. And while coming from the previous page, we have default latitude, longitude. So what is the longitude? What is the initial latitude and longitude is there? We put that. We use the set form value. So whenever we update the address, we will use this to update the address, whichever location we have. This is the options which we pass in the map. And this is the title which will display here. Here is the title. Where is the title? Okay, let's see where I use the title and the label here. So this is also coming from the previous page, and the value which will be the default initial value which comes from the previous page, and then we have the field name which I have to update. Let's say I have this map box 2 times in a page, so I can have field name, which field name I should update. Or even if I have one, I want the custom field name to be passed. Let's say in one project I put location as a field name, in another project I put data as a field name, so I need to change it. So I pass the variable field name. This O and set O is used to create a cross on the address bar. So if someone put the address, I should be able to close it. I should be empty the content of the address box. And this is the local variable which I will update. Initially, I'll update this one. So I just wrote this thing, and I'll see if I don't need this local thing, I'll remove it. Let me do the things, and we'll manipulate this later on, whether we need it or don't need it. So initially I call the use effect, and I call three functions which does three different purposes, which we will see soon. I have the input reference, that is this map part. I have the set object, which is this set object. Let me also pass these three parameters. And what these three parameters is: default latitude, which I got initially, default longitude, and the setO function, which I created, this setO. So let me pass these three. Okay, so now we'll go and write the initialize function. Let me go here in the initialize function. I have the input reference. I have the set object which I am passing. This is the input reference set object. Let's change this latitude to, here I'll name it as new latitude. It's same thing, latitude we are getting, but here I'm just changing the name, and I'm saying new longitude, new latitude, all small letters. I can put capital, but just since I have written with small, I'll keep it small. And I have set O, which is by default is null. If we don't pass it, it is null. And if I don't pass this one, it will be empty. And if I don't pass this also, it will be empty. So if I pass something, then I will use it. If I don't pass, then I will not use it. So here I will check if I have passed the latitude and longitude, then I will use that one. So here I will say check if this passing a latitude longitude may be used in the, we can use it in, for example, edit the map. We pass the default latitude longitude, which already user has saved. So if I have new latitude and new longitude, if I have these two, I do something here. Do something here. And if I don't pass, then I will check navigator dot geolocation is there or not. Now what does this navigator dot geolocation does? It will give you the exact address where you are locating, where you are staying, where you are living, or where you are using the computer. So this navigator geolocation will give you the position of where you are living. And how to use this navigator dot geolocation? I have to say navigator dot geolocation dot get current position. Here I want the current position, where you are accessing the computer, or where you are staying right now, or where you are using the computer right now. And this will take two functions. I'll take first function and I will pass second function. Okay, so in this position I get two functions I have to pass, first function and the second function. These are the callback functions. First function is the success function. Second function is the error function. So we have to put both the functions. One is the success and one is the error function. Let me okay. So let me put this first function and I will put it as position. So what position I'm getting? I'll try to console that log. position. So position will give me exactly latitude, longitude where I am available. And if if something it goes wrong, then I pass the error, and I will say console.log error is error. So here in the error case, I'll just put the error, and if the user has, if it's success, then I'll go in this part. So let's try to use this thing, how to use this one in the browser. So right now it got refreshed. 1 second, let me refresh once again. Since I am passing latitude, longitude, so I am going to the first if case, and that I haven't written anything there. In the first latitude, longitude, I haven't put anything. So how about we don't pass latitude, longitude initially, and I will not pass latitude, longitude. I will pass latitude empty and longitude also empty, so that I should go. So since I remove the latitude, longitude, I am asking, this is asking my location, because I put navigator.geolocation.get current position. Because of that, because of this line, it is asking me the location, get current position. If I don't allow, I will go into the, if I block it, see, I'm going into the error part, and it's saying geolocation position error. So I get the error, user denied the location. I can show this error to the user. So I can say error.message. When I say error.message, I'll get exact error, what happened. If I refresh again, it's saying error is user denied the geolocation. So if I deny the location, I won't be able to access the location, and I can do something with this error right now. I haven't thought it, so I just put it in the console.log and keep it like that. So let me allow the location. To allow it, I will again click this one, this part, and I'll say clear the setting for future reject. I'll click this clear. Then I'll refresh again, and it will ask me again this box, know your location. Now if I allow it, it will give me the current position where I am currently located. So it is most near to your location. It is not 100% right, but it will be near to, very close to where you are currently located. So in the geolocation, I get the coordinate and I get latitude and longitude. So if I have not passed the latitude, longitude, I will use this coordinate to show the map, initial position of the map. So let me go and work on it. Now, once I am in this position part, I'll be using this position to do other things. Okay, let's try to do what other things I will do. Okay, so first let's try to take this latitude and longitude and try to figure out the exact address which I will fill this one. So I want the address for this by taking the latitude and longitude. So let's do this first part. So if I get this position, okay, let's have the address. Okay, let me put some comments. Get the address. So here, using this position, I will take the latitude and longitude, and then I will go to get the address. So let's take the latitude and longitude. So here I will create two variables. For example, one will be constant L1 is the first latitude, or I can say, since I'm getting this new lawn, maybe I'll say LT for the latitude. Okay, I take LT for the latitude. Its latitude will be, I get the latitude I showed you. It is in the position. Inside position we have coordinates. Inside coordinate we have latitude. I will also take longitude ln equal to position dot coordinates dot longitude. So I get latitude and longitude from this position. Now I will get the address for this one. How to get the address now? I will use geocoder of the Google. So it works like this. I will say constant geocoder equal to new Google dot. Now from where this Google comes, Google I put in the top global Google, and this Google comes from this script which I put in the index.html. Any variable which I put, to access that variable, I have to use comments slash at the top slash star, and I have to put global, and I have to put a variable name, and then I take star slash. Okay, now I'll take new Google dot maps dot geocoder. Okay, so this geocoder will take the latitude, longitude, and give me the address of the user. Then I'll do constant. I'll put some variable lat_lang equal to. It will create a latitude, longitude based on the Google format. So to convert the latitude and longitude to the Google format, I use one method here. Okay, let me see what is question. So if you have multiple libraries, you may not have multiple libraries of the Google. Google will be coming from one place. If you have another library, or if you have custom variable, then you can use that name. So naming will be the different. So this Google will give the name Google. If you have jQuery, it will give the jQuery something. So you can use the name which is provided by the library. Okay, so I have new Google dot maps dot lat_lang, and here I will pass the latitude and longitude. So this is the latitude I pass, and this is longitude I pass. Okay, so I got the lat_lang in the Google format which Google wants. Now I'll take this geocoder. I'll take this geocoder and I'll say geocode. Geocode means convert this latitude and longitude. And here I pass the object where I take the lat_lang as lat_lang. So this is the key and this is the value. Value is this one. I could have done this same thing. I would have taken directly this one and put it in the value field. That also works fine. So let's take that one. Rather than creating new variable, I will take directly this answer and I'll put it in the value field. So in the geocode, I have to pass the lat_lang as the key, and the value will be the format of the lat_lang which Google accepts. So this is the first part of the geocode, and it has another part of callback function, So this is the callback function which comes after the geocode, and this callback function has two parameters. This all is coming from the Google document, but I just formatted as I want: results and status. So it give me two things. Let's see what I'm getting in the results and status. So generally status should be okay, otherwise we return it. We give some error. So if I say if status is not equal to google.maps.geocoder status dot okay. So if the status is not okay, so this is the status created by the Google. So if my current status which is coming here is not equal to okay, that means this geocode is not able to track this latitude, longitude, and we are not able to get the address. So I will just return it and I will not go further. I won't get address in this case because there is some problem with the geocode and Google is not able to pass this latitude into the address. So if a status is not okay, I return it, and if it is okay, then let's see what is coming in the results. Okay, so if we pass this latitude longitude to geocode and we try to get the result. Let me refresh it and see. Okay, unknown property let lang. Something is wrong. Okay, so the problem here is one second, I'll show you the problem. What happened? So the problem here is Google is expecting capital. I created small one, but Google is expecting capital L. So let's put a capital L. Okay, first latitude is going invalid. Something is wrong with the latitude. So I should get latitude correctly. Here I'm getting latitude correctly, but somehow I'm not passing correctly here. Let's fix that one. So this spelling is wrong. Latitude. Let's see now. Okay, now I got the result. And result has too many addresses because it will try to find nearby all the addresses, and we are concerned with the first one, the 0th one, and we are not concerned with all other 8. Let's see what it's getting it. So first one is give me this address. Second one is give me, this is also similar to first one. Third one is little extended. Fourth one is give me the nearby location. Let's check what other address I'm getting. This is also not exact address. This is also not exact address. Sixth one, not exact address. Seventh one, okay, seventh one goes to state level. This one goes to county level. This one going to area level. This one is going to city level. And what more I'm getting? And this one is going to country level. So this is the nearest one which I'm getting, and this is all are going far away, way. So we are concerned with only the 0th position. This is also exactly not exactly my address where I am, but it is near to my place where I am currently located. So geolocation can track the location near you, but not exact 100% correct address, but at least it will be near to your place. So we are concerned with only the 0th number. We are not concerned with all other numbers. Okay, let's try to put the address now. Now, once I get the results, I will put it I'm only concerned with the zeroth number, and I will do something with the results soon. Maybe I can call this function save place for the results. So here I will pass two parameter place and set object, and here I'm getting set object also. So once I get the result, I will put it in the save place, and save place will be first in the place. Place is nothing but the results of 0, and set object will be nothing but this one. So once I get the address, this part is the address, I use the save place to save it. I have not written anything in the save place. I'll just do console.log for here for now. I'll just say place is saved as save place with set object as set obj. So just I'm doing console.log now. I'm not doing anything in the save place. And I'll check it again. So here it's saying place is saved with this address, and with set object is a function which I passed from the top level. So now this place is saved somewhere. I have not saved it yet, but I have put it in the save function. And I can also, this get address part, I can take this get address part and put it in this show address function. And show address will take latitude as a parameter. Another parameter it will take longitude, and another parameter it will take as set object here. So these three parameters it will take, and I put in the show address. So instead of writing it here, get the address or the show address, I will put in the show address function. I will save it in the show address function, and I will just remove this equal sign. So the show address part is done here. Though we call the save place, but we are not using it yet. We just use the console.log. So this is the show address. And here we get the position, and if position is success, we go with this, otherwise we get this error. And the position has two, latitude and longitude, and I pass this latitude, longitude in the show address to save the address. And right now all our bits and pieces, after we are done with all the functions, we'll see the final version will be the nice one. So right now we are doing small things and trying to save the things kind of thing. So after we get this address, after we are done with this address, let's display the location. Okay, so we will display the location now here. So again, as I created here, latitude, longitude, like here, we'll use this one. And in the display, I will use something called as constant my latitude and longitude equal to this one. So latitude will be this part and longitude will be this part, and put it in the variable my lat line. I will also use some options to display it on the map. So I will say map options is equal to So map options will be like zoom. I can put any number. Let's put 17. And what is the center of the lat long? Is this center is this one. Then I will use pan control. Do I want pan control? I will say yes, I want it. Okay, do I want zoom control? I will say yes, I want it. Do I want scale control? Yes, I want it. So I want all the three controls on the map. This is the latitude, longitude will be the center of the map, and these are the map options which I will use to display the map. Now I have to display this map in the screen. Okay, so I have to display the map on the screen. So let's create a variable where I will display the map. So I will create a variable called as map equal to, it will be new google.maps.map, and it will take, first part will be the node. Node will be the element on the page where I should display the map. And second part will be the map options. So map options is the second part which comes from here. And first part is something called as node. This node is my name, custom name, but it is nothing but the DOM element on the page. And to create the node, we will use following statement. I will say react DOM, and I will say find DOM node. It will find the node where I will be finding the map. And if you see, for map, I have the input reference, which I am passing here. This input reference, which is tied to this map box. So I'll find the DOM node by using the input reference. And this input reference has the current position, because I showed you reference has the current position always. So node will pass as the first parameter in the map, and the map options will be passed here. So this will create the map on the page. Let's check now what is going on. Okay, so it took my current place and create the map, because I put the map with here. Okay, let me open this one. I put the map, I pass the node, and I pass the map options. These are the map options. Okay, so though it didn't exactly pointed my address where I am, but it gave me the nearby address. Okay, so I am able to see the map because of the statement I put here. This one is a map. Though it's centered with the my latitude, this is not exact my address, but it is nearby address. Now I'll create a marker. I'll create a marker on the map to point where exactly I am located. Though it's giving me this map, but where exactly is this my latitude, longitude? I cannot see. Where exactly is my latitude, longitude? I'm not able to see it. So let me try to create a marker which I will be using to display this my latitude, longitude. So here I will say marker. So I will say constant marker equal to new google.maps.marker. So it will take few parameters, and it will take object, and parameters inside the object are position. Where should be my marker should be? I will say my marker should be here at this position. And where should it be attached? I said it should be attached to this map. So map will be this map. and whether draggable is true or not. I should be able to drag it or not. So I should be able to drag it. So I said make draggable equal to true. Let's check on the map now. It gave me the water, which is not exactly 100% right, but it's okay for now. And I'm able to drag this marker. I can put marker anywhere. Yeah, I'm able to, though it's not giving me the exact address. That's the reason I made that marker draggable, so that I can exactly pinpoint my location. Because many times this location does not give me the exact address. So I want to change this map, and I want to get the exact address where this marker moves. If I put draggable equal to false, then I won't be able to move the marker, and it will give me the exact position. Then I'm not able to move the marker. See, I'm not able to move the marker, and that will become wrong because I'm not inside the water. And so I should be able to exactly pinpoint my address. So I should be able to drag this marker. So let's put it true. And since key value are same, I can remove the value and then it will be same key value. This is the general object concept, that if key value are same, I can only put one and it will automatically take another one. So now if I refresh, I will be able to drag the marker. Okay, so this is able to drag the marker. So this is about the dragging the marker. Now when I drag the marker to another position, I should be able to check the new address. Right now it's showing the initial address which I got when I load the page. But when I change the marker, when I move the marker from one place to another, I should be able to take the address of this marker position. So let's try to add this part so that when I move the marker, I should be able to take this exact location where exactly the marker is there. Let me add that code. So once I got this marker, I will add listener on this marker. Adding listener on the marker. Okay, listener. So that when it moves, I should be able to take the new position and should be able to show that. So I'll put like this: google.maps.event.addListener. So listener will take the first parameter as the marker, which is this one. And second parameter it will take, which is when should it call this event. So I will say drag in when I finish the ending of the marker. And third will be the function which will be called once you finish the marker, once you change the marker position, you call this callback function. And inside the callback function, I'll update the address of the new marker. So here I will say L1 equal to, I will get the position of latitude here, marker dot get position. So I'll get the position of the marker as a function, and in that I have latitude. And I'll create another L2 equal to marker dot get position dot longitude. So first I'm getting latitude and longitude. This is nothing but the position of the marker on the screen. So when I drag the marker, I will get this position as a latitude, I'll get this position as a longitude. So I'll take this latitude and longitude and I'll update the address. So how to update the address? I call this address part again. Okay, so let me call the address part again. So instead of LT, I'll pass L1, and instead of language, I'll pass L2. So what I'm doing, I'm getting the new latitude, longitude. I'm passing to the show address to get the new address for the change position. Now if I go and refresh, so I'll zoom out and then I'll zoom a little bit in. So watch the console.log as soon as I move the marker. So when I end it, address is called again and I'll get this new address. New address is this one. And I can change this address again. I'll get the new address. This is the new address. So based on my current exact location, I will move the marker. I'll zoom and I'll move the marker. And once I move the marker, I'll get the exact address of my marker. And exact latitude, longitude of my marker. So I'm getting latitude, longitude of the marker by going to the geometry and getting the location, latitude and longitude. I can get the exact location of this marker. I can get the address of the marker and many things I can get. So this one was about a marker and a map. Let's clean the code a little bit now. And okay, so this is something I'm displaying the location. Let's put this whole part inside the show map. And show map expects this latitude. And it expects this longitude. And it expects this input reference. And it also expects this set object. So I'll pass this set object. And now instead of this, I can call directly the show map. And the result should be same. So let's try that after moving the code. I can change and I get the next address. I can change, I'll get the next address. So this is how we work with the show map. The show map is done. Let's move further now. Okay, we got the self location. Map part is done. Now let's write the function conversion and do on that part. So this is a conversion function. Let's work on this conversion function and then we will move further. So here this conversion function expects the place. It expects the place to be input, and return is some kind of object. So I will say return of object. So it expects the function. So I'll write down the constant object equal to one object, and I will return this object after the conversion is done. So here my conversion will go. So to do the conversion, I'll take help of the location box which I did on that day. So I will take this component form and I'll put it inside this one. First part is taking this component form with all the street number, long name, short name, whatever we have. So initial this object, I'll put some values initially in this object. For example, I'll say formatted address should be place dot formatted address. So the first formatted address will come inside this place, and I'll put it in the formatted address. I will also put a latitude which will come in the place, and it will be nothing but this one. And then I have longitude, and it will come from this part. Okay, so also we have, if you see, we have address 1. This is the address 1. So I will also update the address 1 here with nothing but this one, formatted address. So though formatted address is there, which is nothing but the same, but I will also update address 1 with this formatted address. Now I'll go through the loop like I did here. And I will put it here, that loop. If you don't know, go through the last video to understand how I did this one. So I'll put this loop to go through and create an object with address type. And this address type is nothing but whatever we manipulated here. So let's use this conversion inside my save place. So here I'll create another object, constant object equal to conversion, and in the conversion I'll pass the place. Okay, now I'll check what is this object coming. So I save the place, but then I now manipulated this place to my format, and ultimately I'll see what exactly is my format is this. Let's check it again. So this is the place which comes from, and this is the manipulated one where I see for address 1, city, country, county, formatted address, latitude, longitude, postal code suffix. So if I change it, let me change this one. Now I get the new object. It will be something like this. State is this, street number, postal code, suffix I did not got. So once I get this new object, I will save this object inside the set object. So let me save this place. I'll remove the place. So I'll call this set object, which is nothing but this one. And here I will get something previous value. I'll say previous value. And this is an arrow function which I already explained. I can, when I set something, I get the previous value and I can update the new value. And return should be previous value. So it will be the previous value dot previous value. And I have to update this object. So here also I'll do dot object. So it will take the previous value, it will overwrite with the new object. So initially if I have previous value of one place and I update with this object, it will update the previous value with this new object. Okay, so this is how it will update the previous value. Let's see how it works, and then here I will console.log. Here I already have this object which I can see here. Okay, so this is the object. So if I take this is the new value which I got from the address update. If I change it, I get this newer new one again, and if I change it, I'll get the new of this update. So this is sitting in my original object which I created here. To confuse with this object with other object, I will rename the top one to maybe object conversion, so that it should not be confused with the previous one. So I will, this is object conversion. Here object save place. This is object save place. Or I can also ignore the previous value and use the new value also. That is also possible. I will only take the new value. But right now I put it this here, but I feel there is some problem will come if I use the previous value, which I will tell you later. Right now I'll keep it like this only, but later on I'm intending to use the updated value like this. I don't want to use previous value anyway. So that is the idea of this one. Or directly I can update with the conversion value. This is also possible. But right now keep it like this, and I will update soon if I see that problem again. I feel that there will be some problem if I use this way, but right now let it be, and I'll show you the, once I see that problem, I'll update this place. Right now this will also work. So our map part is done. Let me refresh it and we'll see again. So I get this address object, and I will also get this here because this textbook is tied to address 1. This address is tied to address 1. Since I refreshed it, I get this updated value. So let me move the marker, and you will see this address is also getting updated. This is getting updated. Okay, now I will change it to what I told you. Instead of putting all this logic, I'll just take this conversion place and I'll update this set object. I will not use any other code. Okay, let's try to do directly this one. Now I'll do again. Okay, I'm getting error. Okay, so this one is not working nice. And in fact, this one is giving me problem. So I'll revert it to this one. But, okay, I'll revert this to this one. This is fine. So only problem which I get is, only problem which I see is like this. So this is correct. So I won't change this one. I saw in the console that this is the only way I have to use. The only problem is here, which I see is, if somehow the first address has postal code and second address does not have postal code, then it will not update the new postal code. That is, it will not empty the postal code value. So why not to put this as a, why not to take this, and I will put, when I create this object, I will put the default values initially, so that if I don't get anything, I will make this as empty. So I created this object, initial object, with all the default value, because somehow, let's say if I change the marker, in one address postal code is coming and in another address postal code is not coming. So if I don't put this default one, the postal code will remain the old one and it will misguide us. So we have to create the default address here, default values here, so that if the new place does not have postal code and it should empty the postal code. It should not take the old one. And now this whole thing will work fine, and this is fine. Let's take it again to see if error is coming or no errors. Okay, I'm getting this address, and now if I change this one, I'm getting the new address, and few fields I don't get the value. It should be empty. And I'm getting the updated address here. So if I change this, I get updated address here. I change it, I get the updated address here. So this map is working fine, and based on the map, marker is working fine, and based on the marker, I'm getting the new address here. So that is also working fine. So almost one part is working fine. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll see more on it, because we are not done yet. It will take 1 or 2 days more.